evening, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and joining me just like every Thursday night, just about, we have my good buddy, Digger Jim. Jim, what is up with you tonight, sir?
Oh, man, I'm so glad the weekend's here. I can start my weekend right. I've got a stack of books I want to read, some comic books I want to read. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's get it going. I want to see
Now
what
you know you got another visit to your comic shop to get that David Nakayama Spider-Woman.
I really hope that's in there now.
Right.
I can't believe I was off a week. Ugh.
And of course, making his second appearance on the 1011, none other than Warlord himself. Thank you for coming on and being our guest tonight, sir. It is a pleasure to have you.
I'm happy you invited me. Thank you again.
Absolutely. You're welcome back anytime. We'll give a quick hello to a couple people here that have joined us already. We have Ruby G, Calm Cool Collective, one of the best supporters in the community. One of my favorite people here. We have Joe from Anachronic Comics, Mr. Steve White, my other co-host with the most. And we got Brian LCS jumping in. Good evening, Brian. Great to see you. Now,
Brian?
Warlord, yeah, you've had a little bit of a hiatus, but you said that you are going to be making your return to YouTube here and start making content. So why don't you let everyone know where they can find you, what your channel's about, and your IG and your YouTube.
Well, on YouTube, I am 2002 Warlord. A lot of people see me pop up in streams. Especially on this show, I watch it while I'm at work, because I do midnight, so it's perfect timing to watch the Gary B 1011. But I'm planning on making a little bit of a comeback. I have started editing a video of all my variant copies of Batman Beyond #1s that I have. I also post a lot on Instagram. I'm mostly active there, so if anybody ever has any questions, they can check me out there. It is Warlord Unlimited on Instagram. And that's really about it for what I'm doing for YouTube. But hopefully I can make a comeback. The big reason why I haven't been making content is I've been paying payments on a huge collection that I'm trying to buy.
Oh, nice.
So, and I've been working on it for over a year now. So, and I won't keep it a secret. I purchased from my friend his X-Men collection. He has 1 through 50 of the original X-Men collection.
Oh, so you just bought the small books.
Yeah. Just a small book.
Well, I didn't buy #1, but I bought 2 through 50.
There you go.
So
nice.
And that's really why I stopped making content, because it's like I'm not really buying anything to show off too much.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I figured my big debut will be when I finally pay it off and can show it all off on YouTube of my X-Men collection.
There you
Nice.
go.
Well, congrats, man. That's a huge get.
So yeah, the only one I'll be missing that I'll be saving for, as long as the wife don't kill me, is issue 1.
Issue 1.
Just sell one of her kidneys, not yours.
Right. I don't know. I might sell some of my books in my collection to obtain it. I got some pretty good books, I think, but
I bet you do.
It's hard for me because I'm a collector, not a seller. So
right,
I collect them and don't want to get rid of them.
Well, are you also a big reader?
I do read a lot, but lately I haven't read anything new. So I haven't, besides collecting key books, I haven't, bought anything new because I've been trying to pay off this collection. So I've been really behind on a lot of the other stuff because I want to focus on getting this paid off.
Right. Well, are you going to read any of those when you get them?
Yes. I am definitely going to be looking through and checking some of these books out, just because I have them.
It's funny when you read some of the original, I mean, just the way it's written for that period, so you start to kind of giggle and laugh at some of the, especially the Superman books. They're hilarious.
Right.
Just the verbiage and how they say different things to each other during that period of time. So when you read it, you'll go, what?
Right.
You and Joe are now in a competition to see who can get #1 first and have the 1 through 50.
Well, it will be a long time.
Him and Magic Lasso are both trying to complete their Justice League of America runs.
Got a few of those books.
Yeah, and they completed them around the same time, so it was kind of fun and exciting watching them
Right.
both get their collection together.
Yeah.
All right, but without further ado, sir, let's get to your first book, and hopefully you didn't have too hard a time picking stuff out this time.
No, actually, I was picking out some of my fun books. Just like the last time I was on your show, I picked out fun books that I love collecting, and whenever I find them, I like to pick them up. So it's a lot of the books I'm going to show tonight are not super valuable, but I got them because they're just fun books, and they really just remind me of my younger years, my childhood. Just stuff that I was into back then. That it's like, you know what? Now that I have the funds, I'm just going to start bringing it back.
And that nostalgia hits you hard when you get those books that you wanted that when you were young, that you either had or you couldn't get.
Right. Or I just read until they were not good looking anymore, and then my mother cleaned my room and threw all my stuff away.
Right.
Yeah.
So trust me, my parents always took garbage bags of stuff out, and then I would come home from school and be like, my stuff's gone.
Oh, man.
So many of my books came up missing, but I will start off with my number one book. This book, I actually started collecting the whole run. It's hard to get some of the comics, and some of the later issues, because they're harder to find, are a little on the expensive side. But I just figured I'd show
The Real Ghostbusters.
The Real Ghostbusters #1. This is my newsstand copy. I also have a direct copy. It's not in the perfectest shape, but I absolutely love it. And, from a book that came out in 1988,
And it's hard to believe it's that old now, isn't it?
Right. But, it's a fun...
I wonder about the print run on the later ones, Maybe that's why it's not easy to find them.
They're low print, very low print run towards the later ends. But the fun fact is when I was picking this book up, they have a lot of European variants that I found on, people from YouTube, talking about the European variants, and, they're more magazine size. But I wouldn't mind starting to collect those as well when I complete
cool.
this
I didn't
run.
know that. Really? European ones,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, and it's...
what got you into The Real Ghostbusters?
I loved watching them as a kid. I loved watching the movies, and I remember the cartoon series. My biggest thing is, I loved watching the cartoon series, The Real Ghostbusters, at the time, and I'm like, you know what? I don't get to see them on TV, so I get to read them in books now.
Right.
Gary understands. It's that real old show, Thundar, that he used to watch as a kid.
That's right.
Hey,
I only bought it
on my list.
Blu-ray, Jim. So.
Oh
nice.
my god!
Now, can you buy that cartoon and to rewatch? Is it for sale or not? Or is it one?
I'm sure you could find it on eBay or something, like the DVD.
Yeah, I don't know about
or
Blu-ray,
streaming.
but I think it did do DVD of it.
Yeah. So, but I like the fun stories. The new remakes were fine, but I don't know. I like the good old classic movie of the Ghostbusters and stuff.
I agree.
And I saw Ghostbusters in the theater. I had no idea what it was. Just went in and had an absolute blast with it.
Oh, great little scary movie. It wasn't scary, but comedy.
Back then, the PG movies are the ones that were considered family friendly, right? They had smoking in them, sex in them, swearing in them.
Oh yeah, people turning into dogs. No, that was Ghostbusters too.
Yeah, what was it? Dan Aykroyd gets a blowjob from a ghost.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a family movie.
Right. But yeah, this is I jumped on and it's funny when I start get #1s. If it's something that really piques my interest, I want to start collecting the run.
Right.
And some of the versions are you have to have 3D glasses. So a couple of the comic books I have that are later issues actually come with the old 3D style glasses to read the book.
And 3D is a gimmick I love. I buy a lot of 3D books, and I bought a pair of 3D glasses, which I always have next to me, off of eBay for $5.
Oh, there you go.
And these are nice, so I don't have to put on the ones that come with the book. I can keep them in minty shape and just leave them in the book.
then you would actually love a few of the comic books that I have that require the glasses to actually read the book.
Read the book, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but I did notice now that I'm older, I need really good light to read the 3D books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
that would be it. So again, it's another #1 book that I have. I think everything I have here is actually first issue books. Now again, I was a cartoon kid, so just like the Ghostbusters, I come across this book and I had to pick it up. I got issues 1 through 3, but again, it's another run that I'm going to start to work on to complete.
Oh yeah, Voltron.
Oh, nice.
What?
You know, and this is a very, very high grade copy that I found for almost dirt cheap.
Well,
And then now it's,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, now it's funny because this made one of the Comic Tom videos of the top 10 list.
Well, yeah, because the movie's coming out.
Right.
Yep.
And it's just that first 3 issues that's a complete run, isn't it? That's a miniseries.
Yeah, I think it was only like maybe 4.
And then it went to another place.
I thought it was like, I thought it was 4 or 6 issues, but I could be wrong.
I don't think it's 6. I think it might be 4, but I might be wrong.
No,
I only have issue 1.
So, but again, another book that came out in 1984. You know, so
Right.
right in my era of books.
Now I have 1, 2, and 3, and I've never read them.
Well,
I've never read this one. You know, unfortunately, I picked it up, you know, because it was a key issue, but I never actually sat down and actually read the Voltron books. But now the cartoon, I watched that like you wouldn't believe back in the day.
Oh yeah, me too.
So, and that's why I picked it up.
But you know, the lion ones are the only Voltron.
Right, they did that silly car thing or whatever it was, and I was like, "What is this?"
Right.
Yeah, no, it's great stuff. Yeah, I'm a huge Voltron fan, Warlord. I got a big Voltron statue over here, and I had a 9/6, I think it was, of issue 1, and I sent it to Rob so he could auction it off a couple years ago for C3 because I just felt like, you know, somebody would get it. I can't even remember who got it. And then a buddy of mine that's in another chat ended up gifting me one. It wasn't a 9/6, but I didn't care. It was gifted, right. And I'm like, you know what? It's staying in the collection forever because somebody decided I needed it back in my life, and I appreciated it.
Holy cow! I didn't know how much those were worth, Warlord. I just looked them up.
They're hot. I mean, everything's hot right now because of the movie. I'm telling you. Yeah,
this was. I think I paid only. God, maybe $60 for it. 1 through 3.
If they're worth this much, I might sell my set of 3. Holy cow.
So, and this is, like I said, there's no spine ticks on this copy. This is why I didn't open this one up or do anything to it because, you know, it is so clean looking.
It is. It is a dynamic cover too. It's fun. A lot of those covers from that year are just they're just so cool. Especially the ones that represented the cartoons. They just knew how to capture the essence of the cartoon.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And again, I got another #1 to show you. Again, childhood again. Cartoon related, you know. I would absolutely love to get the first volume #1, but that is way out of my price range. But, you know, I came across this and I had to pick it up.
Oh, nice.
Turtles.
Yeah.
That was nice. One thing I just couldn't, I didn't, you know, I saw the movie, I think, but other than that, I didn't pick up any of the books and I didn't watch any of the cartoons. By then, I think I was, I don't know, I might have been doing something else. Working or whatever.
No, I didn't really watch the cartoon much. I did like the live action movies.
Yeah.
But I was really into the Turtles when the first Mirage books came out and they were all serious and it was in black and white. I loved it.
So
you can't blame them for going this route because this is what became their cash cow is this version of the Turtles.
Oh yeah. And again, another book that came out this one came out in 1988.
Right.
You know, so and I believe go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good, dude. It's your show.
Right.
What's cool about that is what our kids don't get to experience today, right? Like Saturday morning cartoons was an event. You looked forward to it all week.
Yep.
You got up
Give me
early in the
one
morning
second.
and you were ready to go, and you just couldn't wait to watch. And now our kids, they have everything instant. So, which is cool, but when you have everything instant, you don't learn to appreciate things as much.
No.
Right. Sorry, I had to let my son in the room.
Oh, you're fine.
But yeah, again, it's a number one that, it just reminds me of my childhood. I used to watch the cartoons, and I tried to get my son to watch it. He likes the newer Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff for his generation.
And that's a property that's hasn't really had many downturns. It's always been around since it got popular then.
Yeah, I mean they
Yep.
have multiple little mini series of Voltron and also of Turtles. I mean they have these, like, they do the books, but they don't always run, and then they do offshoots and whatnot. I love the Last Ronin stuff. So
Yeah, I got the complete set of the Last Ronin. I think they made too many variant copies of that.
oh, no doubt, but that was what they were doing back, at that period. So
Yeah, I think that's why I got burnt out so quickly too. Is I think they had like close to like 70, 80 different variants for number one.
Right,
yeah.
and it makes it hard to be when you're a completionist. It makes it difficult.
Right.
In this day and age, you can't really be a completionist because you can't get some books come out with 80 covers right on the first issue. You're like, it's just impossible. Then you have all the other store variants, internet store variants. It's just too much to track.
Yeah. I just got the cover A's for everything, and I didn't worry about the rest, even though some of them like shot up in value. But I never really collected for the value. I collected it, for the
love of it.
Right.
Yeah, for the love,
And that's
so
a great cover. That's one of their best covers. That number one of the adventures is just awesome.
Oh yeah, April O'Neil, Splinter. This definitely was my childhood. So, but another cool book I got. It's an older book. I picked this one up because it's a key. It was popular at the time. Again, I think this made after I bought it and had it in my collection for a while. It came up on a Comic Tom, top 10 list.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
First Power Girl. That's the one I'm hunting this year. I've almost had it like 3 times, and that's so. Now I have the next 2 issues, or second and third appearance, but that one keeps just slipping through the fingers.
No, my brother has that one.
I got it before the hype. I got it, right at the beginning when people first started initially talking about it. I'm like, no, that seems like a interesting. They were doing a lot of homages, not homages, but cover art of Power Girl.
Right.
I'm like, so. And when I started seeing all that, I'm like, know what? I think I'm gonna see if I can find a first appearance, and if I find a good deal, is when I really pick it up. I try not to pay super high prices on stuff, but but I got a good deal on it. I mean, it's not the best condition. I mean, I'm happy with the condition. It has bright colors. For a book that came out in '76.
Right. And it's still an affordable key.
Yes.
I think we bought it for like a buck.
And it's funny with DC because Marvel books are just super expensive, but a lot of DC books are still fairly cheap.
And that's okay because it makes it affordable to obtain them.
Oh yeah, 100%. And that's but I like Power Girl. So I had to get her first appearance. Again, it's such a good looking book that I didn't want to open it up and to read it. So I have to read it digitally or something. But yeah, it's funny because I got this off of Whatnot.
Right.
So
and there was a 4-issue miniseries of hers that was really good too.
I have to look into reading it because I haven't read any of the Power Girl stuff, but I like to pick up these keys and stuff. So
if you get that 4 issues, really good read. She had in Showcase. It's one of the popular covers. Also a really good read. Because those are
I haven't read them. So,
and actually, I thought that last series they just had of hers, I thought was really good. That went like 20 issues. I thought was a great 20 issues.
Yeah, unfortunately, like it was the first issue, but I've never actually picked up and read any of the Power Girl stuff. But not that I don't want to, but if I get an opportunity, after I get my big collection out of the way, then I'm definitely going to be picking up some of these issues and going back and reading some of these origin stories of some of these cool characters.
Nice. Well, great book.
So again, I got a number 2 issue, but still it's a thing that I liked when I was a child. So.
Oh, nice. New Teen Titans.
Teen Titans number 2. The first appearance of Deathstroke.
That's
so I watched with my son, that it's fairly old now, but the new Teen Titans cartoon, came out in the last few years.
It was really good.
So I picked this one up, because me and him liked watching it together, and I didn't realize this was a 1980s book.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, first appearance of Deathstroke.
I remember when that came out, and I thought, man, what are they doing to this kid? And so have you read that issue?
No, unfortunately, again, it's such a good copy that when I picked it up, I'm like, I just, didn't want to open it up.
Let's put it this way. It doesn't go well for his son. Things don't end well for Deathstroke's kid.
Right.
And, that was such a missed opportunity in the live action DC, because when he showed up, Joe Manganiello showed up as him at the end of, what was it? Was it the Justice League movie and the boat?
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, if Joe Manganiello was going to do him well, and then he never got to play him again. And that poor guy, man, he always gets on the cusp of playing a really cool character, and then something happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you lose out on what could have been a great little show,
right,
or movie. But yeah, so definitely had to pick this one up. I'm still trying to get some more of my Teen Titans first appearance stuff. For my collection, like I said, this one really hits home because my son liked watching Teen Titans Go and stuff. So trying to get him into comic books, I'm like, hey, this is his first appearance in comic books. So, but yeah, I love this book. Now this next one I have, I love the movie franchise. I have met the actor a few times at Motor City Comic Con.
Oh, nice.
But it sucks because I got the book after I met him. So now if I go back, I'm going to get him to sign it for me.
Oh my God.
Next
yeah.
one.
Next man. The first color appearance of Hellboy.
Yeah.
So
came out in 93.
You're talking about Ron Perlman, though, right?
Right.
Yes.
Ron Perlman.
Because there's been 3 actors who play, but Ron Perlman's the man.
Yes, he is. Ron Perlman, yep. Yep, I met him. He was a cool guy. I talked to him. And when I realized he was at the Motor City Comic Con, I went to every comic booth looking for this book. And I found one booth that had it. The dude in front of me picked it up.
Oh, man, what a kick.
Right when I was behind him, wanting to know if he had it. And he didn't even have it out on his showcase. He had it in one of the boxes underneath the table. He's like, yeah, I got one left. And in my mind, I'm like, God dang it. So
how odd that you were both looking for the same book, though, at that particular moment, right?
Well, everybody, Ron Perlman, nobody knew that he was going to be at the Motor City Comic Con.
Oh, okay.
He was one of the last minute,
guest appearances.
And I'm like, oh man, I got to get that book, and nobody had it.
He's one of those guys. He's always one of my favorite character actors. When Ron Perlman's in something, I know I'm going to enjoy it that much more.
Oh yeah,
I know.
He's Clancy Brown. Some of these guys when they're in stuff, you just know it's going to add a level to it.
Yeah, can't believe he's like. I believe he did an interview. He said he's like in his late 70s now.
Oh, he's old now.
Yeah, I mean,
I never thought he was that old.
They're not young guys. I mean, they're really not.
Clancy Brown's old now too, but they still got presence.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm like, I cannot believe he's that old. I never thought he was like that old.
And
But I'm like,
they say if I can't be in the movies, I'll do voice work because you can hear Ron Perlman on some animated stuff, and I think Clancy Brown's done some animated work.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
most importantly, Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob was Clancy Brown.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, again, one of my favorite books. You know, it's
And a
not a
great
number
cover.
one, but I love the cover.
I'm not a huge Mignola fan. I mean, his art kind of goes, you know, give or take with me. I'd have rather had John Byrne just draw the dang thing, but
Yeah. But
No, but
you know,
Perlman Sig on that would be mint.
it would.
right. So if I've been trying to go back to all the Motor City Comic Cons. If he comes back there, man, I'm definitely gonna get his Sig on this one.
Yeah, it would be worth waiting the time in line for right there.
You know, not a lot of people was in his line.
That's
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing. Not a lot of people were there in his line. I mean, there was a little bit, you know, but
right?
no more than like 20 minutes.
It's like when my brother and I went to a Galaxy Con in Richmond, and nobody was in some of these people's lines. They were all around the corner because the hot thing at the time was like, God, I can't think of who it was. It was some type of manga person or something, or it just wasn't comic related. Like Giancarlo Esposito had nobody in his line. Two of the Titans, one that played Wonder Girl and the Reacher guy that played Hawk, nobody in there. They're just sitting over there on their phone. Like,
I would have been in Wonder Girl's line in half a second.
I just couldn't.
Right.
I just don't pay. I just don't care enough to go and pay for all that stuff. But yeah, I just couldn't get over it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, some of those when you get autographs, you know, just the prices you're out.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I went to San Diego Comic Con, not San Diego, C2E2 one year, and I spent so much money, you know, getting there that, you know, a few people that I wanted autographs from, as soon as I seen the prices, I'm like, yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Which
So
is too bad. All right, next book, sir.
All right, so this book right here that I have is one of the first books that I added to my collection when I got back into collecting. So this book has been with me since 2005.
Nice. And how funny it was that we were just talking about that book, and then you just happened to have picked it up for tonight.
And that looks really clean. That looks really clean. My copy is so beat up, and I got it with a bunch of other books, and you know, I knew when it came, I was like, this is not going to be in good shape. But I read it,
You know,
so I didn't care.
Right. I read it too. It's been a long time since I read it because I read it when I first got it. But I'm like, that's very cool. Marvel team up. I said, I don't think I've ever seen anything with the Human Torch and Spider-Man. So that's what really drew me to it. You know, so I picked it up, you know, one of the first books when I got back into collecting comic books, and I've had it ever since. And this was a cover buy for me.
What?
And that's just the book that launched that friendship between those two.
Yeah. But
and
loved it.
Isn't it like the first appearance of
Well, that's the first team up of them.
No, but I mean, like, it also technically has the first appearance of Misty Knight.
Oh.
Misty Knight. I think Misty Knight's in that book.
No.
Like the first appearance of Misty Knight is in that book.
Well, let's see. I'll look up Misty Knight right now.
I'm pretty sure that somewhere it's like a real.
Her first appearance was in Marvel Premiere number 20.
Why am I thinking somebody said it was in that book? It's like a cameo or something.
She was mentioned in Marvel Premiere number 20. Then she first appeared in 21.
All right. Well, I'm crazy then. I don't know why, but I thought somebody said it was in that book.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about this book is it's the first team up of the Human Torch and Spider-Man.
Right.
But any other, I'm not too sure. But it would be cool.
That's the other thing about that series. I mean, they're halfway through, Spider-Man disappears, and it's Human Torch for several issues. It's Human Torch. You know what I mean? Teaming up with somebody.
Right. And then it becomes Spider-Man's book.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, one needed to take a break. All right, here's another fun. Oh,
Okay.
here's another fun book that I picked up. It is again Teen Titan related. This one wasn't really on my radar until a few other people that I know from YouTube he started picking up and talking about it, and then I had to get it. BC Presents 26. More Teen Titan characters. Cyborg, Raven.
Okay.
So, and
now,
again,
of the Titan series that was on HBO.
I didn't watch it because I didn't have HBO.
Oh.
That's good.
You know what? That was a series, Warlord, that I wasn't excited about in any way. And I thought the trailer for the series was horrible. And then I started watching it. And man, I loved it. Like the woman that played Starfire, amazing.
Yeah.
Hawk and Dove were incredible. The guy who played Nightwing, really. It was just the cast was really good. And again, Donna Troy, all the actors just came in and they were just really good for their parts.
How many seasons did they make of it?
4.
Yeah.
4. I heard it was a good one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it caught me by surprise that I liked it as much as I did.
Sometimes with TV shows, it don't seem like it would be a good feel, and then it just knocks you out of the park.
Yeah.
So, no, that's one of the shows. Like, I have to catch up on a lot of shows. I'm what you call a workaholic, so it's like work, eat, sleep is about all I do. And then when I'm at work, sometimes I'll grab a book and go read it. So
nothing wrong with that.
That's a good copy to have, though.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm happy to get it. I mean, it's not in the best condition, but it's still, color's all there.
It doesn't matter. On this channel, we're just about how much we love our books.
Oh yeah, and again, like I said, this book I picked up really, because my son liked Teen Titans, and so I'm like, well, I'm gonna start picking up the first appearance for him, and if when he gets older, if he wants these books, I'll give them to him. If not, they'll stay in my collection.
Right.
Just like this guy, we're like dope. We love to read our books.
Right.
Oh
read
yeah.
Your books.
So I like controversy books. This one has been on my radar for a while, so when I picked it up, I was happy to pick it up. Sometimes I do like getting controversial books. If they have symbols on them that back in the day were not good. Now are not good. But
right.
Oh yeah. The drug book. Dun, dun,
the
dun.
drug book. So I had I got a good deal on it, so I just had to pick it up. This was strictly just to cover by,
Speedy.
Didn't read it.
Yeah.
But Speedy was a junkie. So
Jackson being a troll.
Oh.
So
Look at
yeah,
Wally's face, though.
Again,
I mean,
that's a
not Wally,
classic one,
Oliver's
though.
face. Look at Oliver's
books
face.
that everybody knows.
Yeah, Oliver's like, what? Oh man, that's amazing.
didn't know, and he's just shooting up.
Right, and then Oliver ran into his room real quick to check that Speedy hadn't gotten to his stash.
Right.
If that little bastard.
But I love this book, so I found it, and I'm like, you know what? I'll pick it up. So, but yeah, you don't see books like this, this day and age.
You don't make covers like that anymore, like about actual stuff like that, and they're too gun shy now.
Right. But yeah, one of my favorite books in my collection that I added. Now I showed a Marvel team up before.
Yes, sir.
And here's another Marvel team up. It's what I like watching in my teenage years. Who don't like a good Saturday Night Live with Spider-Man and Stan Lee?
Right.
So there's really nothing special about this book. I just love the cover. It was actually a funny read.
John
of them. You know, it's actually in this book. They were actually. It was like episode
Right.
on Saturday Night Live.
Cool about those too, like you have that one, you have the David Letterman one with the Avengers, and but with these type of books, because of who's on them, like SNL or David Letterman or whoever, they're not in reprinted material. So if there's an omnibus, that book's omitted.
Yeah,
because they don't have the rights to those people.
Right.
So you can't find those things in collections. So you either have the book or you don't.
Right.
And one time, this was actually a hard the book to find because I was actually looking to see if I can upgrade and get a better copy of it, you know, on eBay and stuff. And yeah, they're sometimes few and far between. Sometimes you look at it and you find a few of them, and other times it's like a ghost.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that was one of those beloved casts at the time too from SNL. They're the ones who put that show on the map.
Right.
Right. I still kick myself in the butt for not picking up that one off eBay when it was a CGC book, and it had some of the cast of Saturday Night signatures on it. I'll never see that book again. I wish I picked it up when I had the chance.
I know. Well, that's part of the collecting game, right? Our regrets.
Yeah.
Yes. And I still think about that book. I'm like, I should have just picked it up.
Yeah,
that would have
when you see it.
Because that book and CGC would have just been great just for a talking point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I know some of the cast are no longer with us anymore.
Well, yeah, John Belushi for one. He's on the cover and he's no longer with us.
Yeah, he's been forever and a day not with us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe he was on the signature for CGC.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I bet that book didn't last long on eBay.
No, it didn't. Like I said, I should have pulled the trigger on it. It had 3 or 4 signatures on it at the time, and it was an old CGC slab. So, but you win some, you lose some. You can't always get all the books you want. So that was my 10 books.
Yep.
So
now, do the spec first or the story, your choice.
Well, I'll do the story and then I'll do the spec book. I'm a Todd McFarlane fan. I've always wanted this book, and I actually found a good price for it, so I had to pick it up.
Oh wow! Yeah,
I have that on the way to me right now.
Nice.
And I got comics.
Nice. And I opened it up. It's so cool to see what the prices of comic books were back. When this one came out.
Mention that, Warlord. You took the words right out of my words right out of my mouth, because it's great to see this is only that much then, and you used to look at it back then and go, wow, that's pricey. Now you'd pay that for 5 of them.
Yeah,
dude, look up the price of a Hulk 181 in this book. I had to do it as soon as I got it. Among a few other key books that I had to look up, but Todd McFarlane cover, so I'm like, I have to.
They've had so many revivals of magazines in the last 5 years. Why not Wizard? Who owns that property? Bring Wizard back. Especially now's the perfect time for Wizard. Well, the last 10 years were with all the superhero movies, because I used to love their fan casting in those too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they got that wrong. Oh, that's a good choice. Maybe on that one.
Yeah, I think I spent hours on this book just reading and looking up key issues just to see what the prices are. I'm like, man, days before the internet.
Right.
When this was your guide.
That's why you can never give a time machine to a comic collector.
No.
Because we would all come back rich.
Oh, yes, we would. I'd be getting books from the news. From the street vendor, like you wouldn't believe, from back in the day. But yeah, when this book came up for sale, I'm like, I have to do it. I've been wanting, because I've never actually held this book in my hand. So when I found it for a decent price, I'm like, you know what? I want to read it. I want to see what's inside of it. I've heard so much hype about it.
Right, and that goes for what, like $50 or $60 right now, right? Or is it higher now?
It goes up and down, depending.
I think I've seen it higher.
But still, it's a great cover. I mean, what a way to launch it too, right? You launched it with Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man.
Yep, and his interviews inside here, of him being a comic book artist and stuff.
Right.
So, I read that article too in here, just just to see what he was like back in the day in the 90s.
Oh, dude, I used to read every Wizard issue. I was subscribed to it. I would read it cover to cover. I loved them.
Right, right.
And they had such a short run. They were around for like 5 years?
Yep. But yeah, since it was the first issue, I just went through, I was even grading, pricing out my books in my own collection off of what the prices off of this one.
Nice.
And then going to Google and going, well, what's the equivalent to what the money value is now, just for the fun of it. Some of these are like crazy, like Hulk 181. I don't remember what the prices were, but then I looked it up for the inflation of what it would be today, and I'm like, okay, it pans out. So, but I loved having this book. I was just reading it cover to cover, just to bring back the 90s for me.
Right, and that's a beauty.
Yeah.
So. And then I have one spec book. It is optioned. It sort of was big, when it first came out in 2021. I have a couple first, second, third printings. I recently picked up a 9.8 slab for, I think, $25. But it was a good read, too.
Oh, yeah.
Nice House
on the Lake. Yeah.
Nice House on the Lake, It's a good $15, $20 book. I think, it's a good spec book. It's not expensive at all if people wanted to still pick it up.
Right.
It's a good horror book, if you like horror. And there is a movie adaptation. I don't know if
Oh, wow. Thank you, Jackson. I didn't know it was around that long.
Oh, wow. I guess they were a lot longer. But yeah, this was movie optioned or a TV series optioned, and I liked the book. It was a good read.
Yeah, I read it. It was during my phase where I was like, all right, I'm going to start reading some independent stuff, not just DC and Marvel. I'm going to go reach out. And I just finished another series, and this came up, and I said, you know what? Let me get this one. And I said, I'm going to go all in on this and read the whole thing. I got every book of it. I even have like that. I have a variant of it that's pretty wild with all the symbols and the people.
Yep.
And it's one I thoroughly enjoyed. I believe you're right. I believe you can still get it for a decent price now, but they're optioning everything. Unfortunately, he's I just want him to quit optioning and make the damn thing.
Right.
All right. You bought the option.
If it's actually good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
always fun.
My spec book though.
Nice.
That's a good spec book. I mean, it could happen, man. I mean, it really could. I personally think it would be better as a TV show, not a movie. But
you know what horror?
I think so too.
Is the Silver Coin? I think would be a great TV series because it's anthology. You can just do a different story every week revolving around that coin.
Yeah. See, I never read that. I heard that was really good.
Silver Coin's a great read, especially if you love horror anthology. There's just one time thread throughout every story, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's like Stephen King and I think the Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cat's a good watch.
So I'll have to look into the Silver Coin. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, they're about to bring it back. I think it first ran for 13 or 15 or 16 issues. I have them all, but they're about to bring it back again. And right now, you can still get the series pretty cheap.
Well, I know what I'm going to be doing after the show. Then I'm going to be looking up on eBay.
Michael Walsh, Silver Coin.
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good books, though, man. Fun books.
Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love.
Like I said,
I love the SN. I love the Saturday morning cartoon shout outs because Saturday morning is still a fond memory for me, even at 55 years old. I still remember fondly sitting in front of the TV on Saturday mornings, just enjoying the hell out of the cartoons.
And praying you're not missing anything because you'd have to catch it on a rerun in the summer.
Right,
and then switching the channels during the commercials. Somehow your body, even as a little kid, you knew how long the commercials were. You'd go catch another cartoon for like a minute and then switch right back to yours.
Right. And then the TV guide, making sure you're set up. Oh man, good old days.
That was like the in my house. John and I would like, it's Saturday, get up, and we get up, but you had to be like uber quiet because it was the one day my father would get up and make breakfast so my mother could sleep in because my mother would always have to get up early or whatever. So he would get up and make breakfast, but we had to be like church mouse quiet, and we'd get over there and be like, "Are you ready? Flip it." All right, go back. It's time for the show again. But yeah,
and pray that your parents didn't want to watch something too. News.
Yeah.
Well, we were lucky on Saturday because my parents didn't watch the TV on Saturday. Really.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Mine didn't either. My father was making the breakfast and my mother was trying to sleep, so we got really lucky in that. But
great books, Warlord, man. That was a lot of fun, dude. That was great.
Really good.
Especially Love the Wizard one you pulled out. The Marvel team ups, obviously. The first Hellboy, incredible. The first Hellboy in color, incredible.
Right.
Good stuff. All right, let's go around like we normally do. So we'll start out with, of course, Jim. What's coming up for you, sir?
I'll be dropping a video Saturday. It is another comic community artist spotlight. It's not just one artist like I did with Izzy. It's going to be multiple different people that I've either purchased art from or have sent me art, in the comic community. There's one in there on the thumbnail that you're going to be like, what is that? So check it out and see who it is. Cause you're going to be like, what? He does art? Really? He's drawn something. I think it's a sleeper.
Ooh,
I like that.
All right, coming up for me next Tuesday, we got Parasinoscopic James King coming on, who has a great horror account on IG, and the photography you see on there is his photography with whatever models he's got. Nice. And he does photography for a magazine, and dude's amazing. He's got a cool collection of stuff, and we're going to see a variety of that next Tuesday. And then on Thursday we have Randy Comics. Or go ahead, Jim.
It's actually Swarm of Comics, and Randy
Comics on IG.
Well, yeah, I don't know why he does that because on YouTube it's Swarm of Comics. So I don't know why, because I could have sworn
you can berate him next Thursday.
I'm gonna berate him anyway. It's Randy from Swarm of Comics on YouTube. That's where I found him, and he's a super fun guy. I like watching his videos. I liked his energy. He does a little bit of self-deprecation, which is always nice because that way he's generally not playing some show or anything. He's just saying, hey, this is what I like. So,
and Warlord, what's coming up for you, sir? Anything?
Well, I am making a video for my Batman Beyond #1. I have a whole bunch of different variants and reprints, and that book is a confusing book to collect because you have like first, second, third print, but it's funny because they're not actually reprints or second printings from the first one. So I was just going to showcase what I have and what the difference are between each book, even though they have the same cover.
That's okay. That's cool. Like, everybody loves cover, especially foreign cover variants are fun.
Yeah.
And I do got a foreign cover because in Germany, or I think it's a German book, they didn't call him Batman Beyond over there. They called him Batman of the Future.
Right.
Nice.
So
Terry McGinnis, baby. I really enjoyed that cartoon. I don't know. I mean, like, I remember when it came out, I was busy doing something, and I watched a lot of the rerun and was like, this is really good.
It had a really good story to it. For again, it was another one that was not actually based off of a comic book, but based off the cartoon series, and then they made it into a comic book.
Comic book, yeah.
just like Harley Quinn. She was a animated series character that got adaptation to the comic book series.
Right.
Yeah, but it's always fun to see it go that way too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what Batman Beyond. Terry McGinnis is one of my favorite characters. I loved his storyline. The only thing I didn't like is at the end when they changed, when he was just a random person that got the bat suit to being like Bruce Wayne's son. Spoiler, nobody knew.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that was the one thing that bummed me out, because I think that's what I liked about the story of Batman Beyond was it was just a teenager, that was in the wrong place.
Taking up the mantle. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
I love that story. Not that I complained that, now Bruce Wayne has 2 kids, Damian and, Terry. But
I think what I liked about that show more than anything is Batman is old.
yeah,
I mean, like old. And then, there's like an episode with Amanda Waller, and she's like old, and they're bitching about their pills and everything. Got to take 12 of these pills, and
yeah.
gosh.
And also with that, let's say first of all, thank you to Jim. Always great having you here as a co-host, buddy.
Yep.
And of course, there's no show without a good guest, a great guest, and that is, of course, tonight, Warlord. Thank you, sir, for bringing your books and bringing your passion to the show. We love it. And it was just such a pleasure to see the books you brought tonight and to hear why you love them. So thank you very much. And, of course, to our audience that was here joining us live, thank you guys so much for watching. And for those of you catching us on the rewind, please check out everybody's links in the description below. You may find your new favorite content creator. And as always, guys, we're going to say thank you for watching and keep it casual.